Hey, how's it going? It's been a long time, I know. I'm sure you missed me. So we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? Jeez, I forgot. If only I had it written down somewhere. Oh, look at that! Our focus question. Well, hopefully you can read this. So we're going to talk about how you can write a number sentence to represent a change in a number line. Oh, we're writing mathematical notation. We're writing addition or subtraction problem, but we're going to look at it on the number line. That's what we're going to talk about. Excellent. Whew, some nice person had this up for me because I can't remember things. I'm getting old. All right. And how can you use a number line to represent a number sentence? That is what we're going to be looking at today. Excellent. All right. So, all right. From a sauna to a snowbank. Okay. Using a number line in Finland, but I know in other people too, or other places too. People sat for a short time in a sauna, and then they went into the frozen tundra and either did a snow angel. I did that once, it was awful. And then, or they jumped into a frozen lake. Even worse in my book. And so they went from 120 degrees in the sauna to, my computer went off. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Third, fourth time my computer's crashed. It's awful. All right, so we're going from 120 degrees to 20 degrees below zero. Well, how big of a change is that? Well, it's been a long time since I've been in school. If only there's help that I can find. Well, maybe if there's help on this board before, maybe if I go to the next page, it'll help out. So, oh, look at that. So we have a thermometer showing 120 degrees. We have a thermometer showing negative 20 degrees. And really, a thermometer is nothing more than a vertical number line. Kind of like a graph. The y-axis is a vertical number line. Okay, so thermometer, same thing. All right, great. So, well, where are we starting? Well, we are starting at 120 degrees in this little outhouse that's actually a sauna. And so I'm going to write here on my number line at 120 degrees that I am starting. Well, if I'm starting at 120 degrees, how is that going to be represented mathematically? Oh, this is just the number 120. All right. So we have 120, and we have our starting here. So then, we are going to go from the outhouse, sauna, into the frozen lake. Why do that to yourself? So, we are moving from 120 all the way in this direction, and direction matters in this case, so I'm going to put a little arrow here, and we are finishing at negative 20 degrees. So, okay, so we're starting, and we are going to go this distance. If we're going to the left on the number line, are we adding or subtracting? Well, if we're moving to the left, it's getting small. We're subtracting. Okay, so we're subtracting some number. I don't know what number that is yet. I know it's 140. Just bear with me here. So I'm pretending that I don't know. I'm assuming it's n. So if I don't know that distance that I traveled, I'm going to call this distance n. And so I'm going to subtract n on the number line, and then I am going to end up at negative 20 degrees. So the question is, how far did I go? Well, I don't know. It's kind of an odd way to put it on. Well, what did I learn about in 6th grade that would be helpful here? Fact families. All right. So how could I rewrite this problem as a fact family that would allow me to get the answer a little bit easier? Well, let's see. Well, it's a fact family. I could say 120, right? Well, I want to find out this distance here, the distance that I've traveled on the number line. So we're going to call that n. But if I move this over here, well, what's the opposite of subtracting n? So I added n. Okay. Well, to get this over here, what do I have to do to negative 20 to get this to go away? Well, the opposite of subtracting 20 is adding 20. So if I add 20, okay. Oh, so I have a fact family here. So these are related questions. I've turned this subtraction problem into an addition problem. So what is 120 plus 20? Oh, that's 140. And so I travel 140 degrees on this number line when I went from the sauna all the way into the freezing, below freezing water. I still can't get over why you do that. All right, so when we're talking about expressing your work on the number line, this is what we're talking about. I want to see a clear starting line. I want to see a clear direction, whether it's going to the left or going to the right. And I want to see a clear finish line. And then on this distance, if we don't know it, we're going to call it n. If we do know the distance, then we're going to write the distance here. And then we're going to figure out this distance by creating a number sentence that looks like this. So for every problem in this section, I know it's extra work. I'm sorry. Nobody likes to do it, but that's what we're going to do for now. You're going to have a number line as well as a number sentence that you solve to figure out the distance on the number line, or to figure out where you finished, or to figure out where you started. So let's take a look at these problems. All right, ooh, that's kind of cool. In 2 minutes, it went from -4 to 45 degrees. Ooh, that's a big warm up. All right, and so we have the same explanation here. I trust you're going to read it. No big deal. All right. So we have the same stuff I was talking about before. So for our investigation today, here's what you're going to be doing. You're going to make a number line and a number sentence for every one. You don't have to do it. We're going to do this in class, but we're just getting ready for it. For question A, the person goes from a sauna of 115 degrees to a sauna that is -30 degrees. We have a temperature reading on the thermometer that is at 25 degrees at noon. During the afternoon, the temperature changes. You are to report if it does these three things. And remember, we'll always start at 20 degrees. You'll figure out whether it went the new temperature, number line, and number sentence. The temperature reading on a thermometer is -15 degrees. What is the new reading if this happens to it? We'll always start at -15 degrees. All right, what is the change in temperature, number sentence, and number line? It's a lot of number lines. For question E, you're going to have a series of temperature changes. Find the end result, number line and number sentence. And then Sally has a computation. Just explain her reasoning. So that is what we're doing for today. You're expected to have notes. Make sure your ACE is done as well. And I will see you in the morning.